Hi guys, good morning. I hope you have a lovely day. Okay, I am going to coin this reading, Luck Be a Lady, and I will tell you why. Even if you're in a position right now where this isn't applying to you, I have a strong feeling that it will come in the very near future. But I think that for others of you, you're going to need to make some tweaks there. You're going to need to take some bold moves, okay? But not without planning. I'm not talking jump into the abyss. I'm talking a carefully strategized plan, right? That's what we're looking for here. Long-term investment in anything, not just financial gain. We're looking for long-term sustainability, right? We want a return here for our investment. Now, we've got Medusa as our oracle, okay? And this is jealousy leads to downfall. Now, her message is, we all know the story, I think, right? She represents envy and corruption of beauty onto her. So she was kind of the victim of that, right? Because she kind of followed someone down the rabbit hole, and we know how that ended. The tragic mythical being may also signify the act of jealous rage, exile, harsh punishment. Excessive jealousy leads to downfall, okay? Now, sometimes we've got these things inside and we haven't addressed them. And that's when they come out like a ball of fire and we say things that we shouldn't say and we do things that we shouldn't do, or we do them and we don't have regret over them now, but they'll have long-term consequence, right? But I think, too, what can happen in this scenario, what I've got with the cards and I'm feeling is like we have the best of intention to help someone with something, but we've kind of screwed ourselves. Like we've overextended ourselves, either financially, mentally, emotionally, and now we resent the person, right? But keep in mind, it's people will take what you'll give them. So this is why it's kind of important to have boundaries in place, proper boundaries in place. That yes, I'd love to help you, but I'm not in a position to do that right now. Or, I don't have the financial means to help you, but I can give you some time. Can I help you with something else? Can we look at a different way to do things, right? And this can be in a relationship, too. This can be a one-on-one relationship, a business partnership. It can be on anything, any kind of relationship here, even one with yourself, right? Now, I had 4 cards fall out. I never used this deck. I don't think I've ever used this deck. I bought it at an auction. I think it's from the 1940s, but I know I've never used it, and for some reason I wanted to use it today. But 4 cards fell out, and I need to keep them. So here we go. We've got 2 8s. I think yesterday we had the 8 of coins, the perfection, like it's done. It's perfect. Leave it be, right? It's time to move on. And this couldn't say it more in here. 2 8s mean it's time to get the train moving here. We've got the 8 of cups. Okay, and we've got the 8 of wands. Both great cards. The 8 of cups is, again, it's perfect. We've got to now fill our cups with something else. We've got to get what is tugging at you. What do you want to do? What's got you wanting more here, right? Again, 8 of wands too is that laser focus on where I want to go, where I want to put my energy, where I want to converse with people, where I want to put my time, my energy, my emotions, anything. Wands are our knowledge. Knowledge is power. It'll set you free. It's also, though, with the 8 of wands, knowing what's not working for you, right? 2 8s are really, you've got a specific focal deadlock bullseye on something. And if you don't, you should, because this energy squandered will take away your vitality. It'll take away your finances. It'll take away your passions, your desires. It'll suck you dry, literally. It'll make you sick. It could, okay? But 2 8, because it's power. Power is something that, if not used correctly, it makes you lazy. It defeats you. You feel like you can't get out of the gate. It's too much. You know what I mean? But when it's orchestrated correctly, it sets you free, right? But it's sometimes we overwhelm ourselves. Like we've got all of these things that we want to do, but we don't know how to orchestrate them. We want to do them all now. It's like reading a page in 10 books, 1 page per book. You're not going to get anywhere. It's stuff like that, right? So that's what we have. The other 2 cards that fell out is the 10 of coins and the lover card. Okay. Great cards too. Now we've got, here are where the cards can turn around. We've got unfavorable Mercury here, right, which is about toxicity. It could be the food that you're eating. It could be the thoughts that you have. All right. However, guard against carelessness. And that's where I think that this kind of may be coming in. Carelessness in, you know, just, you've got to put yourself on the periphery too, right? It's one thing to help people, yes, but when it's going to put you out and out, you know, like, yeah, I'll lend you every penny in my savings account and now I can't pay my bills. That's not smart, but it could happen. It could happen in here, right? So that's the only reason I'm saying that. Again, watch your temperament. Again, when we, people will take, it's human nature. People will take what you'll give them. But if you're coming across and saying, yes, I'll help you. Yes, I'll do this. Yes, I'll do this. But on the inside, after it sets in, you're like, you know what? I freaking feel taken advantage of here. Meanwhile, the other person's like, they really don't know where that's coming from because they were taking what you were giving. I would attempt to make a funny out of that, but I'm not quite sure how it goes. Like, I'm picking up what you're laying down. I know I probably just screwed myself, but it's funny when I heard it, and I think that's how it went. But that happens, right? Like, if you're not going to help someone with no intention other than to truly just help this person, resentment will set in. I assure you of that. At some point, resentment will set in because inadvertently what you're doing is you're setting yourself up. I'll do this for you, and I want this in return. Only you may not even, psychologically, you may not even know that at the moment. It could be a pattern, right? Because next to it, we've got the Devil card, and I'm pretty sure we got him yesterday. But what I want to say is these two cards are opposite ends of the coin. That's all. It's the things that we do and the psychological makeup behind it. That's all. And I'm telling you, if you think you don't have one of these, I assure you, you do. We all do. There's nothing wrong with it, though, right? Now, on the outbound here, we've got Taurus. Okay, this is it's maybe someone gives you a gift. It could be money comes in that you're not aware of, right? It's an unexpected gift, though. Indicates receipt of money. These are our main cards. Okay, now I want to say this. On the back of Mercury, we've got the 5 of coins. Don't do that to yourself, because even if you go through something financially that's a short, it's more, this is the more mentality behind it. This is how you feel. This is sometimes what I'll say, that Queen of Wands, right? Great business person, corner office, runs her own business, makes her own clothes, everything. But inside, she's worried. She's still worried. That's what I'm saying. Yesterday's reading too, we come across with that smile, but on the inside, it's human nature to be fearful. All right? It just is. But we've got to keep it in place. It's good. It'll keep you in check, but don't let it paralyze you, I guess is where I'm going with that. And on the opposite side of the Devil is the 9 of coins. Right? That's I'm secure on my own 2 feet, but have I isolated myself? Right? I'm secure. I know I can do this, but sometimes the flip side of the 9 of coins is you think you're an island, and you're not. You need other people for things. Otherwise, jealousy, resentment can come in here. This is the I covet my neighbor card here, right? Not exactly like that, but it's like I've got hidden this. I've got hidden resentments here. Right? And on the back of Taurus, lucky number 1, we've got the 7 of coins. This is, again, it's a gambler's card, and I'm going to suggest that you avoid that. We're looking for, again, the main thing in here is long-term investment in anything that you're doing right now. This is not instant gratification time. This is not, I'm going to buy it just to make myself feel good right now. It's long-term investment. Right? That's what it is. This is one of the Millionaire's cards too in the playing deck. Okay? Prudence of business matters will eventually bring just rewards, and that's what I feel. Okay? And on the Devil card, it's temptation to evil. I'm not going to use that word evil, because what I think it is it's a polarity point, especially since we've got these 2 cards. It's a polarity point. Right? And I'm not going to touch upon the thing I brought up in the regular generals, that there is an air through this energy of black magic. But black magic too can be cultural. It can be, it's not a right or wrong thing. It's not a judgment call. So you know, in the West, you look at something different. In other cultures, you look at things different. It's not, I'm not judging in this reading. Okay. Nor should you. All right. So, what I want to say with these cards, what we've got, I feel, is for some of you, you're in really great relationships. Okay. Your relationships are going wonderfully, but sometimes, you know, we love to spend time with this person, but instead of being conscious about, you know, example would be, I know this will sound corny to some of you, but picnic in the park, you know, get a sandwich and meet someone somewhere, go sit by a pond, go do something that's not extravagant. You don't need to be in the 5-course restaurants every single night, unless that's your forte. That could be too, but there's an air through here of saving for a rainy day, kind of, right? Something that pass your you know, your path where you get, I got a really great deal on this piece of property. I have a really great deal on this. Something comes your way that you're not expecting. And I think that you've got the means for it if you budgeted correctly, right? If you don't, that's when this is going to be like, why am I always behind the 8 ball here? It's just a matter of budgeting. It's not a time for instant gratifications. If you add those things up, I assure you, they'll paralyze you. You would be shocked and horrified at the amount of, you know, not thought about funds that go out. Okay. Now, for some of you, again, you're not happy in current jobs. If you're not happy, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying get a plan in place here to get your butt out of there, and maybe even take on like something that you want to start. Do it part-time. Get the thing going. Get the plan laid out. Okay. Don't let security of a regular paycheck hold you hostage to this here. And I'm telling you right now, if you leave a comment that you've got responsibilities, I'm telling you how to get yourself out of this, because you have to stay, of course, for now, but don't be held hostage to it, because there's ways to branch out of this. It's not I leave this to start this. It can be, you know what? I'm going to prepare for my new venture here, because 2 8s, you're going somewhere. You absolutely are. And what could happen in this energy is it could be something that you lose a job and it ends up being the best thing that ever happened to you, but you're terrified, right? But when you know that I've put a little bit towards this, any little bit, it's going to pay off for you. That's what I'm feeling in here. Okay. So the reading is bigger than money. It's bigger than money, because if you follow your passion, right, even if it's a part-time hobby, it'll set you free in the end. It's just it's a process. That's why I'm saying this is not an instant gratification read here, but I think that things come for you when we get this in the right place. That's why I think a bad Mercury is going to congest you and it's going to hold you up, right? So watch what you're eating. That brings in brain fog. That brings in depression. You'll never get out of the gate. That's when these 2 8s will paralyze you and your ass will be on the couch. That's what'll happen, right? But this is long-term investment, planning, inheritance. It's coming to me. It's divinely, karmically coming to me. That's what this card is. That's why it's hard to read in a reading, because it's owed you. It's coming to you. It's yours already. It's tangible. You will feel it. I just think that it comes out of somewhere that you're not seeing. So that's why don't turn this. Don't get that in your head. That's when that happens. It's corruption. You're dousing the fire in your energy here. All right. So someone can be, I'm telling you, something passes someone's cross. Someone passes your path here about a real estate investment. Like I'm talking like a real estate investment, like a dwelling, like a property. I see that very strongly here. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's going to come out of the blue. So but do your homework. I'm not saying don't jump into something that's not, we're looking for long-term, not swampland, right? For some of you, things don't seem to be moving financially. And I did see a comment where someone had said, I've been struggling for 5 years or so. Things will change here. You've just got to force yourself to keep this. This is in here. It's in your mind. Let it. This is life. There are ups and there are downs. There are lean periods. But when we plan for things, it makes life a lot easier, right? It's not a good time to, for some of you too, I keep hearing, you hear it through the grapevine. For some of you, I keep seeing that Martha Stewart thing wherever she did with her, the stock thing that ended her, you know, decorating or baking in jail. Don't do that, because something may cross your path where you hear something through the grapevine. Do your homework on that. There's just something I hear through that, and it's not a good idea to do that. Do your homework here on it, okay? Long-term investments. Long-term investments. Like I see the exclamation point. Long-term investments only, okay? Some of you watch your spending habits. I think life is really great right now, and that's when things can kind of go awry with our budgeting. We're like, we need to like stop eating out and do other things, right? I think for some of you, things are in influx right now. They're changing. I feel that for sure. I don't feel anything in this energy for anyone where you're going to be stuck in the doldrums. I don't. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm having to rob from Peter to pay Paul, things are going to change for you. You've just got to keep your mind in the right spot. Okay, something is coming. Someone, I feel promotions in here. I see job changes in here. For some of you, you may get resourced. You may get laid off. Don't fight that. I'm telling you, it's setting you free here for something. Okay. Some of you have revelations that come that are they're surprising. They're like that aha, right? It comes for you. For others of you, I think that you're restless. Find an outlet for your restlessness, even if it's moving furniture around, if it's painting furniture, if it's auctions, if it's anything like that. For some of you too, go to auctions, go to things like that. You may find something here that you can do on the side, right? For others of you, I think that you are, you need to change your habits as far as, this is where I think the toxic, Mercury is. It's like I can't focus. Like, this is good, I start it, and then I'm not satisfied and I leave it and I go do something else. You're looking for the rush of life, right? There's a difference between being a gambler, you know what I mean, being a risk taker, you know, jumping off a mountain without like a cord or whatever that is, right? Those are people that they're looking for excitement, right? But then there are people that jump on an investment. That's the route you want to go. You want to, you want to recognize these things that are tangible, that get you somewhere, not consistent thrill seeking, the instant gratification. Big difference there. That's the divide I feel here. I think some of you are just off a track a little bit. You're looking for things to feel alive because you're not feeling alive long term, like you're not seeing the long plan. If you just switch this is a general daily reading, but there are ways to switch this. Right? Start with little things, make lists. I'm not going to go into all that, but these are cards that could be movement for sure. They're things that say, I need more here. For some of you, if you've got relationships that are financial, they get bumped up a notch. For some of you that have relationships that aren't really going anywhere, they need more excitement. They need some more focus. They need some more attention here. For some of you, I think you might have a trouble balancing the two, right? You might be overindulgent in like a workaholic scenario, right? We all go through periods like that, but I think one of the areas in your life may be taking a hit. Just bridge the balance. That's all. Because these two cards, like I say, they're the same thing. They really are. But what holds us hostage and what sets us free can sometimes be very much the same exact thing when it's not balanced. That's all. I think it's a great reading. I hope that I helped you in some way. If you want a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything. Okay? Thank you so much.